Hello YouTube and the World Wide Web. This is Check It Dude on a Rickatube on YouTube with snipergaming.org with another GTA 5 online video. Today we're going to continue our chopper series, our fastest helicopter series in GTA 5, and today's chopper video is on horizontal speed, for a long distance. There is a drop of elevation in this, and we're going to do our best the best that we can to keep it from being too much of a variable. Over the course of such a long race, it's not going to make much difference, but we do have to drop elevation incrementally throughout the race, and that, like I said, that's a variable that's going to make a little bit of a difference from helicopter to helicopter. But because of the long distance that we're going, it's not going to be that big of a difference. In fact, I would argue that it's going to be the same in the end. We have to drop the same amount of elevation. The only difference is the increments, because that's just something you can't do. Anyway, forget about that. All right, let's start. We're going to start off with the Cargobob. This is a custom Cargobob. And I'd like to point out that any chopper that could be modified is modified for this race. Some of the Pegasus vehicles you cannot modify. Here we go. We're going to do the best we can to make a beeline from the top of Mount Chiliad to the Maze Tower building. And that's going to be a little bit of a variable also. There may be, we're not going to follow the exact same path. That's kind of impossible to do. There may be a little bit of swerving left to right. And the elevation changes are going to be different. But it's as accurate as we can get for this type of test. I'll drop a little bit of elevation at a time, and I believe that helps increase speed. Now this Cargobob has been modified, but I don't recall if there's any engine boost to that. It just may be a paint job. I'm not sure. I'm not really certain. You can see at the top of the Maze Tower building is our target. And the Cargobob is finished at a time of 2 minutes and 28 seconds, .609. And it's fair to say, because we went first with the Cargobob, Cargobob's in first place. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting into my choppers. Here we go. Still no Cargobob jet sim. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do that one. The Annihilator is next. This is known as a slower chopper. I don't think it's a contender to be anywhere near the top 3. But I'll bet it beats the Cargobob. And the Annihilator with a time 2 minutes and 10 seconds, sliding the Annihilator into first place, ahead of the Cargobob. Big accomplishment for the Annihilator. It's in first place, and I hope it doesn't get used to it. Next up is the Frogger. Frogger's not a bad little chopper. One thing I like about the Frogger is it's squatty. Very squatty. It has a low center of gravity. So when you go to land, it doesn't tip over. It likes to land. It's solid. Quick landing. Pretty quick at taking off. No weapons. And in GTA 5, you're not going to use the Frogger too much because it's a very hostile environment. The truth is that some of these speed tests on these choppers aren't going to really dictate to you which chopper you want to use, because more often than not, you're going to want the weapons, and the best defense in this place is usually offense. So not many people use the Frogger unless they're out for a joyride and they're in passive mode. But it's got okay speed, you know. I think it's quite a bit faster than Annihilator. I'd be willing to bet it slides into first place here. Oh, I almost missed it. 1 minute, 48 seconds, .403 for the Frogger. Well, it won't let me get an attack Buzzard. It only is going to let me have a Buzzard. So we'll take that Buzzard, and I'll raise you a Crow. Losing elevation with the Buzzard should be pretty easy. It likes to do that all on its own. Probably a design for an attack chopper. The Buzzard. Total time 1 minute 45 seconds, .785. The Valkyrie. Oh yeah. Just made it. 1 minute, 41 seconds, .674 for the Valkyrie. Super Polito Carbon. This is a good handling helicopter. Lands nice, squatty, doesn't tip over too easy. Handles really well, low speed, top speed, high speed. This is a good chopper to hide behind buildings with. Hide from jets. As they fly by, they of course try to missile you, and if you can get yourself behind a building, they go zinging by you, and you just pop around the other side, wait for them to go zinging by again. With the exception of some really good ace pilots. This is a civilian helicopter with no weapons. It's a luxury thing for CEOs and executives. It has a sister chopper called the Super Polito, while this one is carbon. Something on this chopper is made out of carbon, and I would assume it's a lighter chopper. And we proved that in Series 1 of this chopper series about vertical lift. This did lift 1 second quicker than its sister. Super Polito Carbon with a time of 1 minute 43 seconds, .766. Here is your standard Super Polito, your standard Super Polito. No carbon. And we're off. Let's see if she could beat her sister. And the Super Polito powers through at 1 minute, 43 seconds, .5. 539. Here we have the Maverick. The Maverick. 1 minute, 47 seconds, .371. We're going to have to try its sister, which is the Police Maverick. Here is the Police Maverick. Let's see, it looks a little squattier. The style is different. Let's see what the cops could really do if there's only a decent driver in that chopper. The Police Maverick at 145.568. About 2 seconds faster than the standard Maverick. We have the custom Havoc, which I customized. It's got the biggest engine you can get. This little guy is going to surprise you. Oof. Custom Havoc. 1 minute, 40 seconds, .523. Almost broke under their 100-second mark. Not quite. The Savage, customized. And I believe it's just paint. I don't think there's a bigger engine for this. This flies pretty stable. It doesn't rock and roll too much. Probably has something to do with those bent wingtips. The Savage at 1 minute 44 seconds, .855. Custom Swift Deluxe. I don't recall what gets customized on this. I don't think it lets you customize it. I don't remember that. Here we go. This one is not as stable, but it's a good torpedo dodger, and it's fast. Many oppressors trying to missile me with this, and they can't catch up, and their missiles can't catch up. You hear the missile behind you, you hear it searching, but I've never been missiled down with this from behind with an oppressor. If the exceptions would be, I mean, it's very possible if they were close enough and they started close enough, then yes. But if you can keep them just far enough behind you, they're not going to get you. Pretty good. Here we go. What do we got? The Swift Deluxe at 1 minute 38 seconds, .944. And that's the first chopper to break the 100-second mark. We are going to try the standard Swift, which is the Swift Deluxe's sister. It seems a little more stable than the Deluxe. Its sister, I believe, had a 1 minute 38 second time. I think it's on track to win it. It's going to be close. Swift non-deluxe, 1 minute 38 seconds, .510. It's in the same second as its sister. Don't know which one actually won, but I would have to chalk up the difference there to some variable I cannot control. So it's interesting that it's the Deluxe is not faster. It just has more luxury. I believe there's only 2 left. The custom Pilatus. This chopper may surprise you. It may be the sleeper of the whole contest. It's thin, razor thin, skinny. So it would displace less air and cut through the air faster. Less resistance. Weak points of this chopper in game are that it's so skinny and the landing gear is so thin and skinny. There's no good footprint. There's no the stance is too narrow. It tips over when you land unless you're really delicate on the landing. But it is rather fast. Is it faster than the Swift or the Swift Deluxe? I don't know. Side by side, it was not. In a timed competition, we shall see. Of course, side by side, you have different drivers. You have one chopper gaining elevation more than the other. She's moving. She may beat the Swift. Time to beat is like 1 minute 38 seconds. 1 minute 38 point something. And ooh, look. Look at this. 2, 3, 4. She beats the Swift by 2 seconds. Okay, we are down to our last chopper. That will be the new one, the Hunter. And I'm going to use the custom one. Once again, in this competition, in this video, any chopper that could be modified with a bigger engine to the fullest is modified to the fullest with bigger engines. This is the newest chopper. Very lethal attack chopper. And it does like to gain elevation as it flies, like a lot more than the other choppers. We're going to have to temper that to get down to that finish line. I believe the time to beat is 1:36. Have to let off the throttle on this one a lot more than the other choppers because of its design to climb. Ooh, it might take it. It might take first place here. Here we come. No, it does not beat the Pilatus. But that is so close. That's within a second. We can almost call it a tie. There was me swinging back and forth some that may have cost that second. So we might be able to call that a tie. But the truth is, in the game, between the Pilatus and the Hunter, you're not going to you're not going to use a Pilatus over the Hunter. We're going to try the Hunter once more. You're not going to choose it because it's less than 1 second faster over that huge distance. It's basically over that huge distance. You can almost say it's the same speed, but what you're lacking if you take the Pilatus, one is a good landing gear, and two are, of course, the biggest thing, weapons. We'll give it one more chance. See if I can keep it steadier. We have to get into the 136s. It's hard to keep this chopper steady. I think it's designed to roll back and forth to help you shake missile lock. Well, as this video is ready to conclude, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Again in the 137. So the Pilatus is the winner. I think the dissension through over the long distance played into the strength of the Pilatus. I don't think a long distance race when we have to ascend, climb an elevation over a long distance, I do not think the Pilatus will win that one.